Hello everyone, it's Nick here. Now this is going to be quite a short video, I think, although you never can tell. Yeah, I've taken a bit of a injury to the shoulder, a bit of a strained thing. Now if you're in the UK or across Europe, there's been a bit of a, well, it's been a bit of a snow deluge for the last week or so. And if you travel up or commute by train like I do, it hasn't been fun whatsoever. Trains have been cancelled, been waiting on cold platforms for half an hour. Sometimes trains have been delayed for many hours. There was a time last week where I thought I might actually be stranded at work when I saw snow going down the window. So that's not fun at all. So that's very good, Nick, but what sort of injury have you had then? Well, all happened quite innocuously last Wednesday. My normal train was cancelled, the next train come along, so it had more people on it because you've got two lots of commuters packed onto one train. I'm still okay. I went up to Stratford, my normal commute, and then get on the underground, and that's where it all pretty much went wrong, when I went on the good old district line. Now there was more people getting onto an already packed underground line. Now normally, I don't know if you travelled on the London Underground or similar undergrounds in different countries, but normally you bundle on, normally there's a little bit of room around you, and then you try and hold on to something. So there might be a pole up there, or a pole there, a pole there. Now such was the case, the people coming on and being pushed to different places, I was sort of like in the middle and I had nowhere to actually hold on to at all. So basically, with the train rattling around as it stops and starts, I had to use like balance power to try and not fall over, which was pretty good for a while. And then it come up to another stop, and a few people got off, and there's a few gaps here and there, so I could manoeuvre for myself around. And suddenly I had a place to hold on to steady myself, but it was at quite an unnatural angle. So it wasn't a normal angle you normally hold on. It was a bit bizarre like that. That was with this arm here. Not ideally. My stronger arm is my right arm, but they're all pretty weedy. And yeah, and we went further along at this unnatural angle. A few people got on and off on different stops, and the gap sort of like changed, and I was still at this sort of like angle. And we got to another stop, and it stopped quite abruptly, and all of a sudden this quite large man, should we say, lost his balance. And through natural reflex, he grabbed out to the first thing he could actually get to stop himself falling over, which was basically just below my shoulder at this unnatural angle like that. And if I just let go of the pole and then inertia take me to wherever we were going, I would have been fine. But what happens in all these things, split-second decisions? The big guy's decision was to grab hold of something to stop himself falling over. My decision was to increase my grip. But you know, this arm doesn't support very strong weights. Normally it can only support the weight of a very small hamster if it's been on a diet, but this bloke was beyond that maximum weight tolerance. So I like did a double, went like that, held like that, and then we went like that again. And I thought, I don't know, I thought I'd done something there. And like in all these sort of things, being British, the guy said, "Oh, sorry mate, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, okay." And then we went back to standing. So I went to try and take my holding position again, and immediately I realised, oh dear, I couldn't really lift my arm that much. So I thought, okay, maybe it'll be okay. I'll just live in denial a bit. So I got off the tube, got my final destination, then got to work. And as I was sitting there, I struggled to take my coat off, first of all. And then as I was sitting there, I realised I couldn't raise both arms to the keyboard. I answer a lot of phone calls at work. And typing with just one hand wasn't great. I couldn't lift the other one to do the key. So I was doing it with one hand. And after a few hours, I was falling behind and doing things wrong, and my speed was rubbish. And I realised this is preposterous. I've done something wrong here. And occasionally there was the old spasm. So yeah, I had to ask to go home because it was snowing again. The last thing I wanted to happen was to be stranded in London with a bad arm, and then trying to fight my way through the rush hour. So I got permission to go, and I needed, this is weird, I needed help by that point because it was frozen up a bit, the shoulder, to get my coat on. I felt a bit like a little kid, but a work colleague done my zip for me and sent me on my way. I don't know what I'd done at that point. Anyway, I managed to get home. Eventually, it took about, well, my commute's normally about 1.5 hours. This time it took about 3.5 hours with trains being cancelled and stuff. what was happening along the line on Stratford is trains were turning up and the doors weren't opening because of ice on there, and other trains were cancelled as well. So people get to their destination, wait to get out, and the doors wouldn't actually open. You know, crazy stuff. I don't know what they do in other countries like Canada about this, but the train staff were absolutely fantastic, certainly at Stratford, so big thanks to them. They gave all the information and stuff. But let's get back to my arm. I managed to get back, booked a doctor's appointment. Couldn't get in for the same day because that's what you can't expect everything. It's ice, lots of people slipping over, appointments go up. Anyway, so with my shoulder, it's not dislocated or anything like that. There's some heavy bruising. I've written this down. What it said, I think it might be a subluxation or something like that, where the because of the force coming down on the shoulder, it's like come out of its socket partially, then gone back in again, causing I don't fully understand it, causing some sort of hemorrhage or bruising. So it's going to take a bit of a while to repair itself. It said maybe I should get my arm in a sling for 2 to 3 weeks, but I don't really want to do that. The movement's not as bad as it was before. I can still move all my fingers. It's just a little bit painful. I can sort of like type it slowly, but it's all mainly being done on one hand. So what effect does this have on the channel? Well, none really. It's just that I'm being a bit slower typing in the descriptions. My gameplay is quite bad anyway, but you know, I only need one hand to maybe hold the joystick. Maybe I can blue tack it down and then do all that sort of stuff, or the controller. So yeah, so I'm a bit out of action. Hopefully that gets better quite soon, but not dislocated. I don't have to have it replaced by a bionic arm. So quite bizarre injury. I don't blame the guy that fell on me because it was just a split-second decision. If I'd been a small child, then yeah, he should have just hit the turf or hit the floor at great speed. But I've been injured more than him. I'm a little bloke, he's a big bloke, and that's how it works out. Yeah. Okay, so bad news, but I'm still alive. In the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. It's just an annoyance. Snow, eh? And the other thing I want to talk about besides that is I got a rather cheeky message. I still can't believe how cheeky it is. Now, building up on YouTube is quite tricky, as I told you before. And if you're a YouTuber yourself making videos, you know this. So you get a bit precious about your content. And I got this really cheeky thing that said, "Hi Nick, can we stream all your content?" What? Can you stream it? What? So basically, you open a channel on Twitch or something like that, you do no work at all, you just download all my content, probably other people's content, and just stream it and possibly make money out of it by doing no work. I mean, are people stupid or something? The answer to that is no. You can't stream my work. I mean, I'm trying to build this channel. The worst thing I want really is it to appear someone else and someone else claiming it as theirs. That's why I put that logo on, to be honest with you. What I would say is this sort of thing, at least they asked, this sort of thing like kills creators building up, really. What I would say is if you see my content or anyone else's content on another channel, be it YouTube or Twitch, you should report that straight away. And if you a bit unsure how to report it or a bit uneasy about reporting it, you should at least tell the content creator themselves to let them know, look, hey, look, this person's uploading your content on such and such channel, and then they can report it there. And if they've made any great money out of it, maybe they can do some sort of legal case. But no, you can't copy other people's work. It's bad enough someone filming something off the telly and putting that on YouTube or somewhere else and getting money or subs out of that, but taking it out on a small creator or even medium or even large creator, an individual, that just absolutely sucks. So keep an eye on that, because that is very rogue activity and only done by very, very, very lazy people. Now, I don't mind things like trailers, when you put that up in an edited form or for review, that comes under fair use. So if you're commentating on it, gameplay, commentating over the top, or a news event commentating over the top, and it's edited down from the original footage or smaller, that's fine. Recorded off the TV and made smaller or slowed down slightly, increased slightly, or put on a different screen with no commentary or no review on it, no added content, that is bad. Okay, and that is a killer for a lot of people. So keep an eye on that. Report that if you see that. Okay, so thank you for watching this one. Hopefully the arm gets gradually better. I've been told it's going to take about 3 to 4 weeks to fully heal completely. Hopefully it isn't that long. As I say, I'm typing mainly on one hand at the moment, although the other one I'm sort of like doing the odd key, like when you do Control Alt Delete, that sort of stuff. Hopefully it gets better, but no serious injury. So I hope you're well. This has been a sort of bonus video, a bit longer than I thought, but I always like to keep you posted just in case something else happens after that point. Okay, hope you're having a good weekend. Until next time, which will probably be tomorrow, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.